Heading into the last couple of months, I would say the only thing that I'm going to do differently is really enjoy every second of it in practice, on the road. I have not lost my competitiveness or my edginess completely. However, I would say that a lot of the young guys are probably more happy with me over the last week than they have in the last year. I'm more of understanding in practice, I guess you could say. And I just want to enjoy, take everything in. You know, I mean, just like in life with anything you do, if you do something for so long, and now, I mean, I've been playing professionally for 13 years, but I've been doing this for 30 years of my life. And I think that was the biggest scare for me was, what am I going to do now? You know, no matter what's offered to me, but how am I played soccer for 30 years, that's all I've known. And just to sit back now and just enjoy it a little bit, you know, instead of worrying so much, you know, and it's been a great feeling so far. Starting in '98 with Timmy Howard, who was my roommate for the 5 years I was here. I still have a strong relationship with him, and he's someone who's gone on and done unbelievable things. Clint Mathis, seeing him, you know, a couple of weeks ago when he called it quits, it was very interesting because he was just always on top of the world. Guys that many fans right now may not know, Mark Semioli, Red Hardy, guys who took me under their wing that I've tried to do with certain players like Tim Ream this year, that I'm forever grateful to them. You know, Ben Olsen, Tim Howard, I mean, Pablo Mastroeni over the years. The guys that I play with now, like Carlos Mendez, another Long Island guy, Chris Albright, drawing a mind blank right now, getting me wound up here. Seth Stamler, and even could be able to fortunate enough for a guy like Thierry Henry to come in and to have a preconceived notion about someone like him, a multi-millionaire, one of the best athletes in the world, and to see that he's so down to earth and became friends with him, and he's a great guy. You know, I'm going to have these guys as friends for a long, long time. If I sat out for most of the injuries or knocks that I should have sat out for, I mean, I might be making this announcement at 16, 17 years, you know? I have no regret for that at all. You know, it took a lot to get me off the field because I never thought my position was guaranteed. And I think that's important for a lot of young players to think about, is that, you know, the minute you know and think that your position is guaranteed, that's when you start taking, you know, casualties and, you know, and start taking shortcuts and things. You know, think you get away with things. I never did, so I never wanted to be out. You know, if I had an injury, I would fight my way through it and try to stay on it. But unfortunately now, these things are paying for that. You know, I've resigned myself to the fact that within 10, 15 years, I'll probably be hobbling around the backyard. But that means a lot to me, that I played through a lot, and I just always wanted to be on the field. I was raw and naive enough when I first got here in '98 to think that I could spend the rest of my entire career in New York, be that, you know, that one of those few guys in the world who spend, you know, 13, 14 years the same organization. Once I found out the hard way that wasn't going to happen, I always had in the back of my mind, you know, of course I want to come back here and finish my career. And I lost a little bit when I left that day. But coming back last year, I mean, from Colorado, I got a lot of it back. However, starting this year, I got all of it back and more. I mean, things like that don't always happen for people, what they want, you know? It's exactly what I wanted. And for it to actually happen I couldn't believe it. And to be in a situation we are right now with how well the team's playing and the chance that we have, that's why it makes it 10 times better. How I want to be remembered, I want to be remembered how everybody chooses to remember me, whether that's I was a bad player, I was a good player, I was a good guy, I was a horrible guy. To me, it doesn't matter, you know. However somebody chooses to remember me or think of me over my last 13 years is on them, you know, and I'm sure there'll be varying thoughts, you know, wide range of thoughts. But I had made some great friends over the last 13 years. I had some unbelievable memories, fortunate enough to do some good things, and I'm ready. I'm ready to put it behind me and move on to something else.